And we're live.
Wow.
And by live, I mean this will get posted in a week or two.
Or 3.
All right. Well, Brad, so first off, the first episode went live apparently yesterday. I'm learning a lot about podcasting. So I realized listening back that some of the editing audio was kind of weird, and found out that I need to figure out how to schedule releases on these, but it is what it is. Where do we leave off?
You were going on vacation, leaving me by myself. Actually, we have a part-time employee, but and she did good. But
yeah. So, well, I'll let you go first because yeah, I just got back a couple of days ago. This is our first day back in the store. I was away for working days only 5 days.
Correct.
So how was it?
Better than I expected. We kept up. Well, it was Labor Day week, so the week before Labor Day. So obviously at the end of the week, not a lot of people were coming in. So everything was good. I had a one strange customer interaction.
Yeah, I know we tried not to talk about work for like a whole week and leading up to today, so everything would be fresh. So I know you have some stories, but I'll be honest, my vacation was pretty good. I hate you. I try my best to unplug on vacation because it's just, your kids and your wife are always there. And I made a couple Ben Stiller meme posts, but I did a pretty good job of unplugging as best as I could. And I was dreading coming back because we all know that feeling when you take one day off, much less a week, all the things that pile up. And I will admit, I came in yesterday, we were closed, and I just wanted to prepare myself. And it was not that bad. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But no, yeah, it was much better than I thought it would be. Anything cool happen on vacation, or just you got to not work?
Yeah, it was just nice family vacation to the beach, lots of beach time, pool time. The kids are starting to get a little older, so I feel like it might have been one of the best family vacations we've had.
Nice.
So, yeah, no complaints. Enjoyed it. And, but I don't know. I don't know how about everybody else is, but I don't hate coming back to work now. At my old job that we previously mentioned, yes. I dreaded vacation being over. But yeah, I came yesterday when nobody was here just to see what was going on. I did take some notes about what I witnessed when I got here yesterday, though.
Okay. What do you want to get into those?
I kind of, because it was like, first off, there's like always little random notes everywhere, like in just various places. And I'm like, I didn't even want, like I glanced at them, but I was like, I don't even want to read these because I'm sure they're ridiculous. I noticed my micro motor was laying on the floor, so that was fun. I noticed that my repair box was stacked pretty freaking deep, although I recognized most of those were things that I promised for as soon as I got back, so I was like, whatever. I think my biggest observation that I kind of laughed yesterday was my bench. And the whole area where I am was like such a disaster. And that's probably how I left it. But then I looked over at your setup and like it was immaculate. Like no work got done for an entire week. But I also know you're just a clean person.
Oh, yeah. And we'll get into our differences in just organization and cleanliness and everything. I think it's more because I started on the watch repair side of things, and everything has to be clean. Whereas jewelers, you can just have dirty, dusty, piled up crap everywhere.
Well, try telling that to Sherman.
Yeah.
He had like a 4-inch square space that was clean. Everything was, oh my God, it stressed me out.
Yes, he had basically, what is the thing that you slide into the top of? Okay, never mind. It's like It's like a four by four square that he had.
I think, you know what's funny about, I think about this all the time, just in general, because we both know a lot about this industry, but because neither of us technically had formal training, we don't know the names of like just normal stuff. People be like, I remember finding out people were like, oh, when you rhodium plate, you dip it in electrode cleaner, right? And I'm like, what's...
I dip it in a couple of things. I don't know.
I don't know what anything is called. So I had to spend so much of my first year in having this business of like, so what is this? What is this technically called? So I don't sound stupid.
Always, like the thing that always gets me is the end of chains. We always called those end tabs that hold the clasp in or get looped into the clasp. And then, so I go to Stoller to type in, sponsorship available. End tabs, and there's nothing there, and they call them like chain ends or something. So I think everything has a name, but those names can be widely varied.
And this is going to be an ADHD episode, but you said Stoller, and it reminded me of
Sponsorship available.
It reminded me of, because I know we're going to do merch eventually, and I wanted one of our first items to just say Stoller, ? Brad, fill it in.
I barely knew
her. I don't know if we have ever said the word Stoller without followed by, I barely knew her.
Or any word that ends in ER.
Oh, yeah, any customer name, any word. That's how it goes. But also, one last observation, because I did come in to get just a little bit of work done. I had to set 3 or 4 center stones, had to set some small little 2mm stones in a ring. And but every time I needed something, I realized that you raided my bench. I could not find anything, the mandrel, the files, just random sanding discs that were all on your bench, you piece of crap.
Yeah, so I figured usually when you're gone, I will, the way our store is set up, my side is where the laser is, and then I do some finishing things. But most of the mandrel and the files, the heavy files, are on Dusty's side. So I usually would just use both benches when he's gone, but I realized quickly with the clutter and everything, I might as well just take the few things I need.
So I've actually been wanting to find a way to segue into kind of how our setup is, because I think a lot of stores are just like, hey, if you have multiple bench toolers, if you have one, obviously it's easy, one does everything. But if you have 2 or 3, like some bigger shops, everybody just gets a stack and they just plow through them from start to finish. I don't know.
I would believe, and that makes a lot of sense.
That makes the most sense. But we've kind of figured out a really weird system that just kind of works for us. I think because we both have to stop what we're doing, so it's just nice to break up. So basically, Brad, just walk us through. If somebody walked in with a ring sizing today, let's just say it was going size up 1 size, how many times it goes from me to you to me to you?
All right, so it starts at your desk. You will prepare everything. You'll cut it, add the sizing stock, and then that gets transferred to me, which I will tack it in place and then V out. We'll get more into how we do laser work, but we V it out for a strong weld, and I finish that job. So basically, if you're looking at the ring,
it's kind of rough looking.
It's still rough. It's got some weld marks and everything, so it goes back to Dusty. And he does the hammering, the filing. Then it typically goes into a tumbler, and then gets laid on our shelf for final polishing, which is what I do. And then if it needs to be rhodium plated, that's what Dusty does.
It kind of works. We've figured out the system, because once I put the sizing stock in, I don't have to see this ring again until it's ready to be filed and like prepared for polishing. And he doesn't have to see it until it's ready for polishing. It's so funny how we're just transferring. And then we really enjoy when like one of us gets called up before the other one, because he'll have like 5 things in his basket and I'll have none. Or or when I think I'm all done, and then he just drops like 5 jobs on my bench that I have to hurry up and finish.
Absolutely. That's the best part of my day. So do you want to get to this funny story about this customer?
Okay,
or what?
so I was going on vacation, and Brad told me, hey, don't read any notes that Ari may have wrote, our part-time girl. I'm going to tell you about it on the podcast.
So, all right. So I'm going to tell you exactly how it happened. I think there's some things that can be explained away just by how we do things. But I'm just going to tell you how it happened and just get your reaction. And then we'll kind of flesh it out from there. So I'm in the back changing watch batteries. We have a little work area where our polishing machine is. We do our steamer, rhodium, and that's also where we do link removal watch batteries. So I'm back there. We do have an open window, so I can definitely hear what's going on, not really see what's going on. So Ari is up there. She's helping the customer. First thing she said, is the guy that's usually here? And Ari, I think, asked, so I stick my head out, is it me? No, it's the other guy that usually sits over, and she points where your bench is. And Ari said, no, he's on vacation this week. She said, well, I'm trying to figure out exactly the order in which she said this. She said, I got 4 watch batteries from you guys a couple weeks ago. And on my receipt, it said battery $15, battery $15, battery $30. And so that's on our little cash register. It's not through the edge or anything. We don't handle watch batteries through that. Save your stupid comments. I don't care. And so, but that was not her problem. Her problem was her husband had just come in last week, and we only charged him $10. So
Here we
go. She said, do you charge different people different prices for batteries? So that's primarily it. There's a note for you to call her back. I told Ari, Dusty is no way calling this lady back. So, what's your impression?
So we charged $10 for batteries forever. It was before I even got here. That's what Sherman was charging, so I just kept it the same. And eventually I was like, we've got to charge more. So we went to 15. And I know some people will be like, you can charge more. But
have you thought about lifetime batteries?
I know. But all these are like little topics that we'll get into like just deeper when we start running out of stuff to talk about. But so sometimes if it's an older client, senior citizen status, and it's obvious and it's a little cheap watch, I will resort to just being like, hey, $10 is fine. I'm assuming that's what happened here is she dropped off a bunch. If you catch us when we're busy, I'm not offering no discount because it's usually an inconvenience for a watch battery. But if it's, we're sitting around goofing off, old man comes in, cheap watch, takes 2 seconds, I'll probably just charge him 10. I'm assuming that's what happened.
So, yeah, and like I said, you know what I know. So there's a couple of different things. I think it would be very unusual for us to ring something up like 15, 30. Maybe she got something else done that was not a watch battery. Maybe it was a different type of watch repair that was for 30. But there were a couple things. Ari said maybe her husband had struck up a conversation with you about maybe bourbon and bourbon collecting.
That could be a possibility as well. Hey, if people here's just a general rule for the public. I know the public ain't listening to this, but when you work in the service industry, if you treat people the way you want to be treated and you're pleasant to be around, you just get stuff. You get treated differently. You get discounts. You don't even have to ask for it.
Yes.
There, I said my piece.
Yes, and I think that's primarily what it was. I think the reason he got to pay $10 is, yes, we do charge people differently because if you're nice, we're going to charge you less. If you are not nice and you come into the store and your immediate response is, hey, is the guy that's usually sitting there here this week? Oh, of course not. She gave us that too. Like, oh, of course he's not here.
I take one vacation a year.
Of course he's not. But yeah,
man, this is all just, this is like, I mean, it sounds like I know in the moment it was this big ordeal, and it's amazing to watch, to see how people get upset about the most trivial things. And I think that's what's so frustrating about the jewelry industry, especially when it comes to just this, like, watch repairs and batteries, and obviously spills over into jewelry repairs, is people are just ridiculous. Like, she could have came in and said that 1,000 different ways, and we probably, and even still, if she makes it a big deal, I'll just give her the difference back and be like, just, it's not a big deal, lady. It's not a big deal.
But also, I think it was because it was her husband, and
oh, here we go.
And women just do not want their husbands to be happy. That's a different podcast.
That's a running joke around here that it's obviously a joke.
It's a joke, people.
But
it's an evidence-based joke.
You know what else is funny? First off, I don't know how long this is going to go, because we said we were going to like try to make like an outline and keep ourselves organized, and we didn't. But I think for episode 3 we will. But also, I keep forgetting that I told people like a month and a half ago, like, hey, make sure to email us at Bench Jeweler Memes for your crazy jewelry industry stories. And I just now decided, 6 weeks later, to check that email that I set up for that. And there's like 3 emails in there for like stories. I didn't even want to read them because I need to proofread them. But if you have emailed us, please keep those coming. I do want to read one that was just,
you can't just.
Well, this was not an email. I remember screenshotting this. It was in the comments of. Oh, sorry. It was in the comments of one of the posts, and it was basically a meme about stones falling out after you put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. And this lady, it just made me laugh because she told a little brief story, and she said, I'm just going to read it. Back when I worked in jewelry store. I guess she's not American, or she can't type. Back when I worked in jewelry store.
Okay, no, we don't do that.
A coworker cleaned a woman's ring that she represented to be a pearl. And as he was cleaning it, the air quotes pearl started to dissolve and to reveal a diamond. It was a quote, I have some bad news, but I also have some good news situation. The woman remembered the ring from decades earlier and said that she made tortillas by hand and surmised that the air quote pearl was just accumulated tortilla dough that she forgot about. So this woman has a diamond solitaire, makes tortillas 20 years ago. I hope she still does. Homemade tortillas are the best. And then as the ring gets cleaned, because it's probably been 20 years, she just, over the years, convinced herself that she had a pearl ring.
Oh, my gosh.
Why are people so nasty?
That is so nasty. Oh, my gosh.
People are so nasty,
And
bro.
how does that happen? I just don't understand that. Like, I'm wearing my wedding ring on this finger for the last 20 years, but just suddenly it has... I mean, over time, it's just morphed into a pearl ring. And at what point do you think, oh, he must have given me a pearl ring for our wedding? Doesn't make any sense.
I can hear our phone going off. It's already people. Are y'all
dude.
open today?
So this is the day after Labor Day. So how many watch batteries do you think we'll see?
Oh, my gosh.
First hour.
You know what I was thinking about? It was going to be a lot, but on our last episode, we were like, somebody's going to knock on the door with a watch battery, and nobody did. And we pretty much are going to run this until like right before we open. Although, funny story, another jewelry store helps me out with certain custom projects and certain things. And I was like, hey, I really need this ring delivered Tuesday morning because, you know, customers, they have to have it. They waited until 2 weeks ago to tell me they were getting married on September 3rd, apparently. I don't know. He gets married on a Wednesday.
Yep.
And so I'm like, hey, I'm actually on vacation. Can you just UPS overnight it, AM delivery? And so I get the email that they set it up, and it was like arriving, obviously the holiday, arriving Tuesday by 8 a.m. I didn't even know that was an option. And I'm like, what the crap?
What?
So I had to take my dog to the groomer anyway, and I was like, well, we got to set up the store, get ready for the podcast, so it's fine. I got here at 8:05.
No way.
And there was a note on the door. Oh. Sorry we missed you, but he did say he'll be back around 10. I tell you that because...
I mean, it is by 8 a.m.
Dude, so. They were not... I didn't even know our UPS driver is the best. We should have him on one day.
Oh, dude. He would not be on.
It's going to take like a year.
But... he is on vacation this week. I have not told you that, Dusty.
Well, so that's funny because I texted him and was like, hey, man, I was like, they're trying to deliver a ring to me at 8 a.m. on Tuesday. And I was like, obviously, I'm not going to be there that early, but I'll get there as early as I can. He was like, oh, Brad forgot to tell you I was on vacation, huh? And I was like, dang it.
I didn't forget to tell you. We just weren't at work.
You didn't think that was relevant.
Right. I didn't think something was going to be there before 8 a.m. That is crazy, man.
I mean, so how was how was the week though?
Let's see.
We should have took notes, Brad. We got to get better about taking notes in life. just because we do this now.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really uneventful. So
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good for a podcast. Nothing good happened.
I thought we were going to have so many stories.
I know. Nothing really happened.
It's a good opportunity for us to like put it out there. When people listen to this, like we really do want your emails, send us DMs, however you feel to give us feedback. I will acknowledge that the editing on the first one was a little wonky, especially towards the end. We're going to mess around trying to fix that.
Wait, what happened with the editing?
I don't know. It was because I was trying to like silence mics when we were, and there was like a part where we're going back and forth, and it's like, it sounds very choppy, so I'm trying to make sure it's quiet in here.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to try some different like editing tools to see if we can kind of, I don't have time to edit. It takes forever, and it's new to me.
It's the worst.
But what I was saying is just, give us feedback. Hey, talk about this. I think early on we're just kind of rambling and getting our footing a little bit. But, good news, Brad. I think I told you this because I have teased that we're going to have guests. And a lot of times it would be people that's nobody big or important, but who knows, maybe one day it'll be big and important people. But we actually have someone driving through our area, one of our favorite people. I'm trying to scroll on my phone to find out exactly.
He is big.
He's kind of a big deal.
No, he's just big. Actually, he's lost a lot of weight, so he can talk to us about that.
The plan is for, I guess, September 15th. Good time to remind you. We're going to have to get here early that day. We will have an in-person, a third guest. And I'm not going to give you too much, but he has the most insane, ridiculous stories.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I will, since we're just rambling, you sent me a screenshot last week of a meme that we created 1 year ago on that date that was probably the most controversial meme that we've ever created.
That's what you want to talk about.
It's not what I want to talk about.
Okay, good.
It is something we will talk about at some point. So what are the memes that you created this week?
I'm going to pull out my phone and check. This morning, because, again, I didn't realize that I'm learning about how podcast hosting and all that fun stuff, and I was messing around with it, I think, maybe yesterday, and trying to figure out how to make sure it went to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and apparently I had to, publish it through the hosting site before I could set up the other stuff, and anyway, I'm learning something new. But there's one that I did. This is going to sound so lame, but the caption is me finding the stone I dropped. Oh, there it goes. I hate Instagram. After this place, I'll start it over. It just says me finding the stone that I dropped last week, and then it just says the stone.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
And so it just made me think about how funny it is when you drop something and you'll look for like, feels like hours, and you just like, it's not here. I'm giving up. And so you know, it's like a 1.7 millimeter round melee. So you're like, it's fine, even though this was supposed to be used for a custom job and it was super important. And you give up on it, and then like a week later, it's like right where you spent an hour looking for it. How's that possible?
And then sometimes you lose an entire ring and you don't ever find it.
Bro, we're going to wait until that young man is on this podcast. Because he always acts like it's not a big deal. I'll set it up. It was like, this was before I think Brad was here full time.
Correct, yeah. I was
And,
hired.
oh gosh, he was, this character he's one of he's became one of my best friends, but he's an idiot. And, a lady had dropped off like it was just like a plain, I'm pretty sure it was a platinum band with just a flush set small diamond, maybe 3 millimeters wide, small 2 millimeter diamond, just flush set into it. Very simple, thank God. You'll see why in a minute. And so he was holding it like on the envelope, and he was just doing that weird thing where he's just like standing there, and I'm like busy working on something. We know as bench builders, salespeople, they just come up to your bench and they just like stand over your shoulder. And I could sense him there, and he goes to move or something, and the ring falls off the envelope and it hits the ground. And I notice I'm working, of course, and I'm like, when's he going to pick up that ring? And so several seconds go by, I'm like, hey, are you going to pick up that ring? So that began a search that lasted hours. I mean, he's literally standing beside my bench. We have ripped this store to pieces. This was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes.
And Brad, you could tell him, like, so the conclusion is I had to replicate that ring really fast. Oh my gosh, the phone.
Just want to know if you guys were open yet.
Just ignore that. So thankfully it was super easy to replicate. So we had to, in like a week's time, make a new platinum ring with a diamond. And the lady picked it up and she was like, "Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. It fits great." And she left. I do feel kind of bad about that, but like it was really a simple ring. If it was something crazy, I would have.
And by tore up the store looking for it, we literally have remodeled since. Like, literally everything has moved. Oh, Dusty, I don't know if... Oh, UPS.
All right. Keep talking, Brad. Keep talking.
Hold on. All right, I had to... we both made a dash for the door because that's our UPS shipment. Yes. Nice. Look at that. So, but yeah, we had completely remodeled everything. So floors moved, cabinets around, everything has been moved.
We were so excited because we're like, we're gonna find that ring. It's gonna be so funny. We didn't,
because
it's not
it's
funny.
like, man, I wonder where it actually ended up. You know,
I mean,
who
exactly.
knows?
I mean,
It's
there
gotta
was
still be
nothing
here.
There was nothing that didn't get moved.
Nothing.
Ring's not here. We always joke that he stole it.
He probably did, knowing him. Actually, he's probably never stolen anything.
No.
We'll ask him.
I've been really lucky that we're a small store, so we only usually have 2 or 3 people here max, and it's always been people who I know well, trust, and can just, because I am a messy person, Brad. That's probably what we should talk about. I am such a slob, and I know it. My wife knows it. I just leave everything out. So if we had a dishonest person here, I would be ruined because they could steal everything. Cash, gold, jewelry. I wouldn't even know it.
You would not. So yeah, your bench situation. So
I'm looking at it. I'm like, you're just
and I think you're like most of us, most jewelers.
yeah, you're the weird one, not me.
Correct. I fully acknowledge that. But the time you clean, why would you clean your bench, Dusty? In what situation would you clean your bench?
So now I will say about once a year, I feel like this desire to clean my bench, but mostly I will not clean it until I lose something.
Bingo. And so once you find that something, does the cleaning continue, or do you just say, well, I found it?
What? We all know the answer to that.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes, yeah, oh crap, because my bench pan is, you can't see the bottom of it. It's not a good look. There's pins, job tickets, paper towels, old diamond papers, tools, like it all just gets piled into the drawer. So yeah, if something gets dropped or lost, I have to clean. But as soon as I find whatever I'm looking for, the cleaning stops.
Absolutely. And that brings me back to last week. We did find about 20 pins in your bench.
I'm always the one like, where are the pins?
Guys, you gotta return these back to where they go. Literally 20 of them.
Y'all counted?
Okay, maybe not literally.
Okay, thank you. There was another, well, since our benches are totally opposite, so everything on Brad's desk has a place. And I just don't see how people live that way. It's
organized.
Like you, hey, I need these 4 tools and these 2 things to do this job, and then you finish the job and you just put it all back.
Right, and so when you need it again, it's right where you need it.
Well, see, that's the crazy thing is like all my stuff I generally put in the same spot. I'm like a creature. I go in autopilot on everything. So like I know, hey, there's a random thing laying in this random spot, but in my mind it makes sense until it doesn't.
And what's funny about jewelers is we will have, like, it doesn't matter if you're a clean person or messy. You have your specific tools. Like, you have your specific pliers. And if someone touches them, moves them, like, that is so frustrating. And they might not even be the best set of pliers in the shop, but they're yours. And it's just something that is very, I think, industry. Like I don't think you see that in other places. Like I don't think if you're in an office situation, who's
my stapler?
Exactly.
I do think it probably happens in. I think the most. What's the word I'm looking for? I think the thing it translates the most will probably be for like mechanics.
Yes,
because there'll be like 3 or 4 mechanics, and they all have their own like tool sections and. But I would imagine the same thing if somebody borrows one. I'm sure it's like all hell breaks loose if somebody borrows a tool and doesn't return it.
Right. Or you just put your set of pliers in a place that you don't usually put them in, and you think somebody stole them. Dusty.
Yeah, that's a few times a week. I'm like, somebody used my pliers. Where are they at? And they'll be like, oh, they're over here by the sink. Oh, that's cool.
And it is... especially in this situation where we're working but also helping people, we will get up, we'll have a ring in our hand that we're working on. Maybe we're tightening the prongs or stones or whatever.
I'm the worst. I know it too.
And Dusty, he will hop up and he is still working on it, and he will just lay whatever wherever. There was something. And you put it down, and it was on like the nook in the rolling mill.
I don't remember. I really don't, but I remember. I think was it my phone? No, because then we could just call it. I don't remember.
It was something. I think was it not like a ring or something? I don't.
Probably. I mean, it had to have been because something small that I could just. Sometimes I'll put customers, if I stand up and I have a ring in my hand to help somebody, it's usually ladies' rings. So I'll just stick it on my pinky, and then can't find it. And it's on my pinky.
It's on your pinky the whole time.
Oh man, well, we got like at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, no.
I was trying to think. Was there anything else we talked about that we were just gonna? Do we need to circle back, clarify?
Let's see. Oh, the album has released. And so people.
Yeah, I've actually been getting a lot of. I say a lot. Everyone's been messaging me, hundreds. But I know people are listening to it because you can see like the downloads and the stats and all that. So seriously, if you haven't, Ben Stiller Melodies Volume 1, it's just us goofing off, and people are going to start asking, who is BJ Mandrell? And all I can say is he will be on the show soon.
Yes.
I think October.
Yeah. Probably next month.
Yeah.
We're
We're looking forward to that. There was a couple other memes that I made that you know what memes always get people hyped? They get the most interaction.
Lab diamonds.
Well, yeah, but that's but this one is anytime I'm like they're just the cringy memes about setting an emerald.
Ooh.
Because I made one about hyping myself up to bezel set an emerald, and it gets so many like comments and interactions and reposts and shares, and it's
Yes.
people like just reading through the comments when you feel that little crunch.
Gosh.
I hate emeralds. Why do people
are
want
they
to
a
put
thing?
emeralds in jewelry? Like just look at it.
Put it in your pocket or something. But so one of my absolute favorite songs on the album is what is it called? Overcompensating?
Oh, okay. So to talk about that song, I'm going to grab the email because somebody did email me about an Invicta. So you talk about the song real quick.
So the song is basically about Invictas and about the people that wear Invictas. It's a fantastic song, and my kids love it. I think because it sounds like it's a Disney TV show or Nickelodeon show. Like
Yeah,
the theme song.
that one has a different style to it.
Yes.
I'm just going to read this. If it's stupid story, then blame Molly, unless you want it to become anonymous.
Oh, Ari's here.
You want to go let her in
Yep.
quietly, and I'm just going to read this email. You guys can just ignore the. We forgot to tell her we were recording today. Anyway, so I think we've all had. I'll wait for Brad to hop back on. Give us just a minute, Ari. We're almost done.
Just keep your trap closed.
We were just talking junk about you anyway. So the email that Molly sent in, unless she wants to remain anonymous, I'll leave her last name off. She said, I think we've all had at least one Invicta owner who stares you down when you size their watch. While yes, that did eventually occur in this story, it took a while to get there. Someone brought in his brand new Invicta to be sized. I told him I would have to remove the plastic around the band
Dude, that's the
to
worst
be
part.
able to size it. We can just interrupt the story. I cannot stand when people come in with their watch, like, oh, I need a size, and you're like, all right, cool, let's see it, and it's like in the box, which is in a box, which is in a container, which is wrapped in plastic, and I'm like, bro, seriously, this is
Right.
a 20-minute job before I even start the 1 minute sizing.
We thought about charging separately for removing plastic.
It's an add-on fee.
Yeah.
All right, so she said the panic in his eyes when he was told that we had to remove the plastic. Are you sure? He said. I explained that I could not access the individual links if the plastic wrap was still on the watch. The compromise we came up with.
Do not negotiate with terrorist
Thank
people.
you. You took the words out of my mouth. There's no compromising. We taking the plastic off or we're not.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
and you're taking your watch out of here. The compromise we came up with was that I was to put the plastic back on the watch band after I finished sizing it. He also wanted that big yellow stupid tag to be left on. I added that part. Invicta owners, they are the worst. which is why we have the stupid song, because they are the
Yes,
worst.
They are 100%. And how would you even put the plastic back on? It'd be way too big.
It's like Saran wrap. Once you undo it, it's done.
Yeah, and then like they come in, they put it on their wrist, and it's like just rigid because it still has the plastic on, and you don't know, maybe like 20 links because it's an Invicta, and so it's made for like a 12-inch wrist, and so you have no idea how many links to take out until you remove the plastic. That's insane.
You know,
Molly, come on.
We're probably going to have different outro songs as we bring this to a close, and we'll you know what? We'll just play the overcompensating song at the end of this, because we have to officially open the store and start getting ready for the next podcast.
That's right. Bye, y'all.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Bench Jeweler Memes Podcast.
There's a watch that's built like a brick on your wrist, with a price tag that shouldn't exist. It weighs 10 pounds and it's shiny gold, but the retail price is getting old. Invicta, Invicta, always 90% off today. Invicta, Invicta, making your small wrist look okay. From 1,000 down to $50, but it's really worth about two. Invicta, Invicta, overcompensating just for you. Chad walks in with his watch held high, says, I got a deal you should really try. It's the size of a dinner plate on his arm, setting off every metal detector alarm. Invicta, Invicta, always 90% off today. Invicta, Invicta, making your small wrist look okay. From 1,000 down to $50, but it's really worth about two. Invicta, Invicta, overcompensating just for you. This baby's got 17 time zones. He never leaves his hometown. Swiss movement, made in China, limited edition. They made a million. Invicta, Invicta, the sale ends today, but not really. Invicta, Invicta, masculinity on display. Your truck's too small, your voice too high. This watch will surely see you through. Invicta, Invicta, the insecurity special for you.
Available at every kiosk in the mall.